summer months, it's always hot in the gym and it's always hot on the basketball court.
Over the years, it's just been sort of a magnet for players who really want to test their games, hone their skills.
RJ Young straight to the bucket.
Wanted to finish that one.
Good look inside for the easy bucket.
At least Blue, everything's a pass to the open guy.
Beautiful reverse up and under lane. Lee School are the 2018 BNBL champions. Hello, Boston, and welcome to the Condon Community Center in Southie as we cap off our coverage of the 50th Boston Neighborhood Basketball League regular season. As tonight in the boys 15 and under division, Harbor Point will be taking on Score4More. So everybody, I'm Pat Flaherty. I'm with my partner, as always, Alan Platt. And Alan, when you look at the 15 and under division, always a lot of fun to watch this division. It's sort of the in-between guys, the guys we're about to see emerge in high school. They're not quite there yet, but they're not quite the younger guys who are still sort of learning the game. It's sort of that nice in-between period.
That's right, yeah. Last week we had a 13 under game, so we were joking throughout the game that there's a lot of arms and legs, right? But now we're moving up a little bit more, a couple of years difference where you actually have some muscle that's actually added to those arms and legs, and the skill level also is high. Score4More under Roger Roberts for a number of years has had a strong program.
That's right.
No different this summer. I mean, we always talk about summer flying by. BNBL flies by too. Regular season ends this week. Playoffs start next week.
That's right.
And here we are at the beginning of August. But that's just how it goes pretty much every summer. So have a chance to see the Score4More 15 under team. The 13 under team from last week clearly goes into the playoffs next week as one of the favorites. Roger really thinks this 15 under team is just as good in a different way.
That's right.
He pretty much runs a system of passing the ball, swinging the ball to open shooters. Open guy gets the best shot. Tries to, and it sounds very basic, but when you drill it enough, it really works.
That's right. We saw that system or that way of playing from the Score4More team last week in the 13 and under division. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw the same thing from the 15 and under team tonight. They're undefeated, taking on a 4-3 Harbor Point team. These two teams played earlier in the season. Score4More won pretty easily, but Harbor Point, a solid team at this site. So I think we'll get at least a little bit of a closer game this time around. Now for more on this game tonight, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth?
Thanks, Pat. A lot of times coaches at this level a little bit worried about being on TV. Sometimes players show nerves. They don't play the basketball that they're really looking for. Well, Denisha Crump, the head coach of Harbor Point, is actually excited to have her team on TV because they've been plagued by a little bit of low energy and some defensive miscues. She thinks that this might actually help her team bring it a little bit more today when they face the top team here at this community center. She loves her team. She just wants to see a little bit more out of them, and it's all going to be about how they start. This team, when they get behind, they've shown frustration at points. When they're playing well, they play really well together. So be very interested to see how Harbor Point starts against this top-level team at the Condon Center. Guys?
Seth, thanks very much, and that's nice to know that we're actually a little bit of motivation for this Harbor Point team, getting our cameras in here.
We usually hear that in the football season.
That's
right. A lot of coaches like to have us do the games because they feel like, exactly, they're under their lights with cameras. A lot of their football players really get fired up in the locker room before they come out.
Yeah, certainly this looks like it could be a much better match than we saw last week. We will see. We're going to head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll be right back here at the Condon Community Center in South Boston for this boys 15 and under BNBL matchup right after these words. Don't go away.
Green hat, red hat, oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt, oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants, oops.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent
prevent wildfires.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can
get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
all of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Where you step in swiftly, with the heat up. If not, just stop, pop a squat, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, or jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you rewind me. Find me, working on my craft.
Foster safety. Foster hope. Foster joy. Foster curiosity. Foster support. Become a foster parent. Because every parent makes a difference. Foster, Massachusetts.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Get some drinks!
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
First time I tried biking, and it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing, like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Queen is just my everything.
His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Green. Red hat. Oops. Red shirt. blue shirt, yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants. Oops.
Welcome back to the Condon Community Center in South Boston for our last regular season game of the 2019 Boston Neighborhood Basketball League 50th season. We're just about set to go here in the boys 15 and under division. Harbor Point taking on Score4More. Harbor Point in the beige T-shirts. Meanwhile, Score4More in the blue shirts. A little different than the 13 and under team that wears red shirts all the time. So, as we mentioned before, Score4More undefeated coming into this game, looking to cap off an undefeated regular season before they move on to the playoffs next week. Meanwhile, Harbor Point sitting at 4-3, should make the postseason, and win here against this good team would be a very good Kickstarter for them and into the postseason. Jaden Roberts fires up a three and hits to get things going.
Jaden, the son of head coach Roger Roberts, so you pretty much have a green light whenever you're the coach's son. As long as you're making the shots.
That's right.
Jay's actually only 13 himself because he's able to play on both teams, both 13 under and 15 under.
Connor's trying to feed it inside, pass a little too low, poked away that time by Harbor Point. Roberts now trapped up top. He gets fouled at the top of the key.
As you mentioned, this week wraps up the regular season for BNBL. Then the playoffs is really wild. It's you know, one and done. There's Jaden again from the opposite side, right side. This time hit the long wing three. Playoffs is all one and done, obviously. So year to year, we've seen some upsets from some of the better teams in the regular season.
Connor is off the steal, scores the layup for Score4More. 8-0 run to start the game for them.
And we're around for the 3 championship games on both the girls and boys sides. You watch trying to get down court and foul in the backcourt. Actually slowed down a fast break for Score4More.
Roberts looking for the heat check, couldn't hit that three. But Score4More hangs on to the basketball, then they turn it over underneath. Steal for Harbor Point by Jamari Searcy. Then they try to get it inside for the easy layup underneath for Amari Williams.
Yeah, Searcy made that play with that pass because the defender was actually tracking the ball down, but first score for Harbor Point. Little 2-3 zone gets a steal. It's going right back to Score4More.
Mills gets it to Connors, back to Mills inside. Mills gets the basket for Score4More.
That'll be a backcourt violation. And most teams don't want to run with Score4More because they like to fast break so much, but it seems like Harbor Point's coming out trying to get off to a decent start. And well, they're going to cover the three-point line, that's for sure. That's that 3 of them now.
That's right. Shakai Campbell knocking down that 3 for Score4More. (13-2), Score4More on top. Harbor Point with their second basket.
Good layup that time.
And coming back down the other end for Score4More is Ibrahim Ba.
Problem with Harbor Point so far, defensively, they're trying to set the 2-3 zone, but Score4More is shooting the ball so quickly, defense never really gets set.
Connors from the elbow.
They nailed that one.
Jordan Howard was open in the corner. Excuse me, Jamari Howard.
Well, Seth had mentioned in the open that head coach Denisha Crump for Harbor Point is concerned about her team getting off to a decent start, but gotten off to a terrible start defensively. Just not. There's another three-pointer that was wide open.
A good rebound inside by Amari Brown for Team Harbor Point. Strong drive to the basket, but unable to finish.
Good drive. Baseline again by Score4More. Fake the outside shot. Got free to get into the lane. Yeah, part of the problem that Harbor Point's having on offense is just holding the ball too long. 7 steals here in the first 5 minutes in this game by Score4More.
Roberts comes back with another 3. He's now 3 for 4 behind the arc with 9 points.
Exactly what Harbor Point and Bays did not want to see happen. You see deep threes, and on the one hand, a lot of coaches would say, "Well, that's so far out, you don't really want to challenge it." But we've seen Jaden make deep threes. What'd you say, 3 for 4 so far here in the first 5 minutes? So you've got to go out and challenge the shots.
It's such a shot like that too is almost like no man's land, because as a defender, he's so far out. You're worried about going too far out and extending too far out so that it drives right by you. But at the same time, kids these days, because of the way the game's going to be being played at all levels, they can hit those 3-pointers.
Because that's what a lot of kids practice, especially the shooters. Guy kid like Jaden is a shooter. Actually following in his father's footsteps. Father was an excellent player at South Boston High, going to state championship a few times, and then went to Hofstra. So he's been an outside shooter his whole life. Jaden is, like I said, just following in his footsteps.
Pass to the corner, and it's saved.
Good hustle.
Off of Score4More that time by Jaden Garcia.
Garcia was actually pretty active in the warm-up, trying to get himself into the game offensively.
3 ball on the way for Harbor Point. No good. Garcia, offensive rebound. He's tied up underneath. We got a jump ball that will stay with Harbor Point.
Yeah, Garcia really anxious to try to get to the basket. But with Score4More, you just can't hold the ball too long. Everything's a double team. There's another one. Once the ball goes in, watch how the players in blue will double team the ball.
Another steal for Score4More. Connor. Lines up a 3 of his own and buries it. Charlie Connors connects from long distance.
Yeah, Score4More has it going both ends of the floor. Defensively, they're getting steals. Offensively, they're able to stifle.
I'm sorry, that was Gavin Connor who knocked down the 3 earlier. Connor, nice feed inside. Basket knows it. Connor with the runner around the rim and out.
Yeah, Harbor Point's got to settle down and just get some decent half-court offense.
Almost had a 3 there. Good hustle inside. Ball blocked out of bounds. Going to stay with Team Harbor Point.
You see inside, blocked from behind. Again, that second defender coming across, making the drives to the basket difficult.
A little bit of work inside there for Score4More. Couldn't finish underneath. Coming back down the other end and getting fouled on his way to the basket is Jamari Searcy
Good speed by Sears. He was actually able to outrun the trap that time. You see him go in, try to scoop with the right hand, gets 2 free throws.
Searcy unable to hit the first free throw of the ball game.
We go halfway through the first half before. It's all been up and down, mainly with Score4More, so it's not surprising. No free throws yet. A couple of substitutions coming in for Harbor Point.
Carter fires up another 3, hits his second one of the night. Gavin Carter.
Yeah, some confusion defensively for Harbor Point. They left that 3-point wing wide open. And again.
Another turnover there for Team Harbor Point.
Yeah, they're just holding the ball too long. And dribbling into traps, dribbling into double teams. And that's really making it pretty easy defensively to Score4More.
Step back 3, a short offensive rebound inside for Score4More. Good block by Howard inside.
Yeah, starting to see some frustration on the Harbor Point team. See defensively, the grab there and the foul.
So they called Howard for a foul after that second attempt by Marquise Miller underneath. So Marquise now with 2 free throws for Score4More. Still looking for his first points of the game. Rattles home the second. 23-point lead for Score4More. Garcia for 3 around the rim and out. Howard, offensive rebound. Another 3-ball on the way. That one's short. Garcia, offensive rebound. Tries to put it back up and in. And a whistle.
Foul on the floor.
Foul on the floor, so it'll stay with Harbor Point.
Good effort by Garcia to get the second offensive rebound.
Poked away again by Score4More. Tried for a dunk. Carter there for the putback.
But you saw the Score4More players, Connor that time followed the play, hustled, and got himself an easy putback layup.
Three ball is good that
Long
time.
3, top of the key.
For Harbor Point.
Now just what you said, Pat, about the first one with Roberts. That was so deep, the defender didn't think he had to go challenge.
That's right, Amari Williams hits the first 3 of the night for Team Harbor Point, but an easy bucket inside that time for Marquise Miller.
Yeah, the zones for Harbor Point has a lot of leaks in it.
Gavin Carter with the steal. And the flush that doesn't go down. That time for Amari Jamison.
Well, they made a lot in warm-up, so believe me, they all want to get their chance.
Carter, 3 for 3 from downtown. Gavin's been really good in this first half. Carter gets a hand on that one. We'll stay with Team Harbor Point. Wholesale substitutions for Score4More. Nice drive, count the bucket and 1. That time for Amari Williams.
Yeah, Williams clearly is one of the offensive threats so far. He hit the 3 a minute ago, and now he's gone to the basket chance for old-fashioned 3-point play. 7 of their 9 points, 8 of their 10.
Knocks down the free throw for Team Harbor Point. Puts it back down to a 25-point lead. That layup is missed by Score4More. Howard's got to get rid of it. Garcia tries for a corner three. Well off the mark. Here comes Charlie Connors back down the other end, scores the layup for Score4More.
Well, you mentioned in the open they're 7-0, Score4More in blue. You can definitely see why. They play both ends of the floor. They're obviously good offensive players.
Garcia had a nice drive that time, but it just didn't fall for him.
And a few times he was able to make a strong move and get free to the basket, but it just rolled out.
2:20 left to go here in the first half. Score4More. He has the game well in hand with a 27-point lead over Harbor Point. Mari Williams gets that one to roll for him.
Finally, the rim's kind, because the rim has actually been keeping a bunch of hoops out for Harbor Point. That time they got the benefit. 36-12. Got travel there. We call a bump first.
They do call that foul on Team Harbor Point. So Score4More. Off the inbounds pass, easy layup underneath for Andre Mills.
For a 15-under team, they have a good system. They have everything. They have inbound plays. We talked about them playing that double-team defense that creates so many offensive opportunities.
Putback again by Amari Williams.
It's almost like the Harbor Point team took like 10 minutes to get themselves in the game, because now they're getting offensive rebounds.
That's knocked out of bounds by Score4More. That'll go back to Harbor Point here with just under a minute left to go. They now stop the clock under a minute in the first half. Harbor Point trailing by 24.
Nice pass inside. That's going to be a foul there.
Yeah, they're going to call Andre Mills for the swipe.
Could have called either one of them. both had some body contact. Let's watch it again underneath. You see one hits the arm, one hits the body. That's too bad for Harbor Point. They took so long to sort of get themselves into the game. The last 5 minutes, they've actually played well. They got some offensive rebounds. They challenged some shots defensively.
That
huge deficit was just...
It seems insurmountable for them right now.
Right.
Connors, good look inside to Mills. Lays it down beautifully inside to Shakai Campbell. 40-point first half here for Score4More. Resto off the up fake. Going straight to the basket, blocked inside. Mills gets it swiped away, but Resto couldn't save it, so that'll stay with
hustle by
Score4More.
Resto to come back. He missed, had his shot blocked, but he did hustle back to be able to take away that layup attempt.
Mills, corner three. Nothing but nylon for Andre Mills. Five seconds left to go here in the half. Garcia. And Score4More will get it with 0.8 seconds left for halftime. See what Score4More can come up with here. Nice little practice for a quick shot before the postseason. Didn't get a shot off, however, but Score4More with a commanding 28-point lead over Harbor Point here at the half at the Condon Community Center. Like you mentioned, Dallin, for the last couple of minutes, it just took Team Harbor Point so long to kind of get jump-started here in the first half.
Oh, yeah, and that's what happens. You have a team like Score4More who can score so much with their outside shooting, start the game that way. And then you have it looked like a sort of a younger, actually, group of kids from Harbor Point. That first 10 minutes was just dreadful.
Right.
But the last 5 was good. I mean, the head coach, Denisha Crump, for Harbor Point, has got to feel good about the last 5 minutes. It's just that the team gets so far behind when you're young players, it's tough to not keep that score in the back of your head, or that deficit actually in the back of your head.
That's right. So certainly see if they can make any type of halftime adjustments. Maybe some of the shots will fall here in the second half. Coach Crump, the head coach of Harbor Point, is with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth?
Joined by Harbor Point coach Tanisha Crump. Coach, you talked about low energy being an issue. You guys started off a little bit low energy, but it seemed like you grew into it and maybe the execution wasn't there. What did you think out of your group as they tried to battle back from that early hole?
I don't know. The other team just got better energy. My team, when they start losing, they just give up, and it is. That's it.
One player who doesn't seem like he's willing to give up and doesn't stop talking is Jamari Searcy. What does he kind of bring your team as maybe a floor general, a guy who's going to try to coach up the team no matter what the situation is?
Yeah. He's good at that. The whole season, he's actually been that guy to clear it out and to keep going no matter the situation. Even if we're down by 30, he'll still go and penetrate whatever. But today is just, I don't know.
Finally, it seems like defensively they're getting a lot of fast break opportunities because you're turning the ball over. How do you try to prevent that a little bit more in the second half and make this game a little bit of a closer contest?
Well, I'm going to try to have my point guard do what he got to do. I don't know.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. Guys, take it away.
Thanks very much, Seth. And, the problems for Harbor Point are pretty basic, like you mentioned before. I mean, they weren't quite as assertive there in the first half. They weren't dropping shots, and they were turning the ball over.
And they were falling apart in their zone defense in the half court, giving up all those 3-point shots. Denisha sounded like a coach who's trying to figure out which is worse, the 28-point deficit or giving up 43 points in 16 minutes. Okay, which is worse?
Yeah, right.
One of those things you get stunned.
Exactly, hard to decide. Let's take a look at the halftime stats here at the Condon before we get going in the second half. And first up, it's Team Harbor Point.
Harbor Point, Williams 12 points, and Howard with 2. Howard 4 rebounds, Brown with 3, only 1 assist. Seriously had that as he drove to the basket. Did have 1 nice assist, but Harbor Point, obviously, that last column is where they have to start to improve if they're going to get some better offense.
Let's take a look at Team Score4More's halftime stats.
Yeah, Score4More, that's all 3-point shooting, those 20 points between Carter and Roberts, 11 for Carter and 9 for Roberts, 3 threes, I should say. And then Miller with 3 rebounds, Campbell with 2. Yeah, Connors with 5 assists, and Mills with 8. There's the contrast right there. 8 assists in the first half for Score4More. On the board there, only 1, okay, for Harbor Point. And you're just not going to win basketball games with that kind of disparity.
That's right. Meanwhile, Score4More, 13 total assists
right.
as a team. Pretty impressive there for the first half.
Move the ball, find the open shooter. And that's what builds confidence, especially in young players.
That's right.
That they all know that there's good shooters. Some guys are better than others. But the bottom line is, let's just get the ball to whoever's the most open, so it'll be the easiest possible shot.
One significant change in this game is we actually had a little bit of a delay. We were waiting for the 2 referees that were on their way. So the league director, Charlie Connors, actually refereed for the first half. Now we got 2 refs, so we're in much better shape here to start off the second half. Charlie Connors wearing a couple of hats as both the league director and a referee tonight.
Yeah, now he can just be a father, right?
Right, he can just be a dad.
Yeah, his son's on the Score4More team. But again, starting out the exact same way as the first half, shooting 3s from the corner in the deep wing. It's going to be a travel. Again, the double team on every single drive. He talks about basic stuff happening with Score4More. Harbor Point, one of the things you're not seeing from them, simple ball fake. I mean, you have a team, another 3-pointer from the wing, but you have a team like Score4More who's pretty much going for steals all the time. Before you make a pass, you ball fake one way and pass it. There you go right there. have a situation that it starts to pile up because Score4More starts feeling so much more confident in their defense, they'll get a hand on everything.
Garcia still unable to knock one down, asking for a foul. Here comes Carter, who had a very good first half to Score4More. He gets bumped at the top of the key by Amari Searcy. When you go from one ref to two referees, too, I'm sure there's a little bit of a difference in how you have to play because you probably can't get away with as much.
Yeah, exactly. I see you expected to have a foul called on that last shot, but you're right. I mean, Score4More took full advantage of the one official in the first half.
Garcia with the block inside.
Yeah, because you're right. When you're double teaming, you're reaching in, looking for deflections to try to get steals. You're right. A lot of times there is contact that could be called with two officials.
Amari Williams getting fouled on his way to the basket. That foul will be on Amari Jamison.
I think you gotta like the fact that you have Harbor Point at least going to the basket the first few times down court. Nice little crossover. You see him get bumped and hit in the arm.
Williams knocks down his second free throw of the night, first of the trip. He's now got 13 points to lead Team Harbor Point. Make it 14.
But like I said, it's just tough when the kids from Harbor Point look at the score.
That one off the back iron. Rebound that time for Harbor Point. Quickly down the floor goes Amari Searcy. Loses it out of bounds, and it'll stay.
Yeah.
Searcy buries the three for Team Harbor Point.
I'll tell you, in the warm-ups, both teams were hitting a lot of threes. In fact, we had an elongated warm-up because we were waiting for the officials, so they had extra time to warm up, and they were both shooting three-pointers.
Nice looking move that time from Carter, who scores off the window for his first basket of the second half. He's now got 13 for Score4More. Williams again going to the rim that time. Couldn't find daylight. Here comes Carter. Beautiful feed inside, but that's going to be a travel that time.
Yeah, he couldn't quite gather it in. Yeah, couldn't quite gather it in.
Three ball short from Williams. Tries to go in for the offensive rebound, but he fouls Andre Mills.
Yeah, over the back.
Roberts, three ball. Hits his second of the second, or first of the second half.
I just don't understand, man. I can't even tell what kind of defense they're trying to play because these three-point shooters are open every time down court. I mean, in the games we've done before, Pat, we've actually seen players just yell at the coach, say, let us go man. Let's go man to man. Do something different because, okay, 13 three-pointers. Now, even in a middle school or a high school game, that's a lot. BNBL, sure. You only play 16 minutes, talking about running time.
That's right.
You know?
And Jaden Roberts has 4 of them.
It's just
so
crazy.
He would be the one guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's just crazy that you have shooters that open literally every time down court.
Amari Searcy hits the second. 33-point lead for Score4More.
Okay, looks like they are playing man now, actually.
Roberts whistle for the travel.
Yeah, he called, turned the ball over.
Ten and a half minutes left to go here in the second half. Score4More with a 33-point lead. Strong drive that time from Jamari Hubbard.
Yeah, need some of that in the first half.
Jamari Howard, excuse me. Roberts fires up another three. That one off the front rim. That one was too close. He needs to go up further if he wants to hit one. Searcy can't get that one to fall.
Good job in the follow.
Once again, that's Amari Williams. He's been the most active player for Harbor Point.
Well, the game obviously was decided in the first half with that huge, 25-point lead or so. But nice follow, put back. See some good effort. And at halftime, Coach Crump for Harbor Point was telling Seth that she really felt like her team just sort of gave up. But they're coming out, and a decent crowd here for a BNBL game, so they definitely don't want to just totally give up and get blown out. To travel there. Yeah. See, you're seeing some much better defense in the half-court set now, the last minute or so. Creating a couple of turnovers to score for more.
Searcy inside, good
pass.
way down
Good
to
pass.
Howard.
Searcy could have taken it himself, but instead saw his teammate open.
Good swing for Score4More. Roberts.
It's going to be 3-second violation.
3-second violations. Shakai Campbell. Score4More putting in the work here in the second half. They've actually outscored Team Harbor Point 12-11.
Here comes Garcia. Well, not a good idea. Bad pass.
There's a steal. Roberts banks home that three. He's got 5 now from behind the arc.
All 15 points out of 3-pointers.
I misspoke earlier. It was actually Team Harbor Point who was outscoring Score4More before that 3 from Roberts here in the second half.
Didn't last long, though. Roberts came down the bench to bank one.
Those threes can do that to you. Roberts looking for an opening. Gonna try a runner. Offensive putback for Mills is good. Mills off the feed inside. He's now got 12 points for Score4More. Searcy can't finish off the window. Mills comes away with the rebound. He's got a 3-on-2. And Roberts couldn't handle the pass. Substitution, wholesale for Score4More.
Got the second 5 coming in, so for this last, 7 minutes or so.
Another staple of these Score4More teams. They just seem to be so deep where Coach Roberts runs 2 units each time.
Well, easily. Yep.
Carter. Corner 3 short. Williams trying to save it. And then it's saved off of Williams, so that'll stay with Score4More. Free ball off the front rim, no good. Offensive putback, no good. And we get a foul inside.
Yeah, good offensive rebounding, like you mentioned, Pat.
Marquise Miller going to work underneath.
Miller, 2 hands, watch it, 2 hands, strong offensive rebound, gets hit on the arm, earns his free throws. He plays with the second group, so they're all energized by watching that first group hit all those threes and create this huge lead.
Miller hits the second free throw, so a 35-point lead now for Team Harbor Point. Runner from Howard, no good. Bill Diaz gets it stolen away. Howard with the basket and 1.
You see Howard finishing off after getting the steal and pass from his teammate. Tough play that time is that Howard Point actually had good defensive position. Howard, watch 21, he had perfect position, just swung at the shot, creating the contact and the foul.
Bill Diaz, no good on the first. Still looking for his first point. Everybody else on Score4More is in the scorer's book.
Gonna be a violation. Score4More, so.
Diaz will have to wait a little longer for his first point. Substitution for Harbor Point. Coming back in is Jordan Smith. Howard off the up fake, gets it poked away. Carter to the corner for Diaz. Carter, good skip pass. 3 ball. Short from Hubbard. Feed it into Carter, lays it down to Hubbard. Nice look inside.
Good hustle by Score4More to keep that ball alive twice before he finished off that layup. Pushing foul, pushing behind.
I'll stay with Team Harbor Point. 3 minutes left to go in this one. Count the basket and the foul inside there
Howard?
for
Yeah.
Jamari Howard again.
Good job.
He's had a nice second half.
Yeah, nice
going to
cut.
the glass.
Real nice cut that time. Knows the contact's coming. Just concentrate on the backboard.
Howard now with 11 points for Harbor Point. Make that 12. Swing for Score4More. 3 ball no good. Offensive rebound inside.
Hey, more work from, was that Miller again?
Yeah, that is Marquise Miller going back to the free throw line.
So he's using that size of his well. He'll get 2 more free throws after this timeout. So looking forward, Pat, you're talking about next week. Next week, the playoffs start, and again, the key thing is these coaches, as good as Score4More's looked, we've seen plenty of upsets over the course of BNBL summers.
That's right.
And it happens. It's all one. It's one and done. You're playing in different. A lot of the games are over at the Reggie Lewis Center. It's like a rubber court. They
play in the big field house.
Exactly. Yeah. So some teams just take a while to adjust to it. And then of course you have the teams. We talk about Perkins Center. We talk about Tobin. These sites who always have strong boys teams. Earlier in the summer, we were able to see the Tynan girls program. So interesting how the playoffs turn out. We'll only see the final 2 teams in each division.
That's right. We'll only see the championship participating teams. There's been more games this year to outside. At least they've tried to get a couple of more outside locations this year. And that's got to be a difference when you're playing outside for most of the season.
No doubt.
Then all of a sudden you go back to an indoor gym. It's going to take you a little while to adjust to shoot and play a certain way.
Nice drive to the basket that time. Let's watch this again. Goes, gets hit, keeps his concentration. Chance for a 3-point play.
Searcy knocks down the free throw to make that a 3-point play. Cut the lead back into 29. Mills inside, scores with the runner.
going to be a dribbling violation.
Team Score4More, just like the 13 and under division, going to be the favorite at 15 and under, at least at this site.
Oh, definitely at this site, no doubt about that.
They'll finish their regular season undefeated. And that is going to do it here at the Condon. And Score4More takes down Harbor Point 69-35. And once again, we just saw a total team effort from this Score4More program where Coach Roberts had 2 sets of players, 5 each, just coming in and out, 2 wholesale substitutions each time. And the guys were fresh. They were flying up and down the court. They were getting offensive rebounds. They were sharing the ball. Kind of looks like the 13 and under team we saw last week. Just
very much so. They can beat you different ways. They start out with that pressure defense. They also start out with 3-point shooting. And once you're hitting those shots, this is their home gym. This is the Condon site. So that combination of defense getting steals, offense hitting threes, before you know it, you got a double-digit lead for Score4More. And just like Coach Crump for Harbor Point said, she's a little concerned about her team getting off to a bad start and starting to hang their heads and not feeling like they were in the game, even though it's only the first half.
That's right.
Score4More just kept coming. Steals, offensive rebounds, 3-point shots. You're right. They're definitely one of the favorites as playoffs approach.
No question. They've been fun to watch so far here in the regular season. We'll see if we see them in the championships in just over a week and a half. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we will have our Game of the Week MVP, our game-winning coach, and our final stats here from the Condon Community Center in South Boston right after these words. Don't go away.
Foster safety. Foster hope. Foster joy. Foster curiosity. Foster support. Become a foster parent, because every parent makes a difference. Foster, Massachusetts.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it. First time I tried biking, and it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door. Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence.
You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to the Condon Community Center in South Boston. At the conclusion of Game of the Week, Score4More took down Team Harbor, points 69-35. And Alan, several guys made a lot of contributions tonight for Score4More. You had Roberts, who had tons of threes. You had Carter moving the basketball all around the floor. But Andre Mills, especially in the second half, really came out with a lot of energy, a lot of activity all over the glass. He's our MVP tonight. He was fun to watch in the second half.
You're right. And Score4More players 1 through 10 all play hard, but second half Mills, even though they had a big lead, continued with that work ethic. A lot of offensive rebounds, scoring inside, defending, getting block shots. So you're right. Very, very deserving.
No question. So Andre Mills, our MVP tonight. He is with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky, and our game-winning coach, Roger Roberts. So, Seth, take it away.
Joined by Andre Mills and Roger Roberts of Score4More. Andre, 16 points today, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. As you grow into your body going into high school, which of those statistics is the most important for you focusing on during summer ball?
You know, just getting my team involved. Like, you know, that's just the best thing. You know, whatever I can help for my team, I will do, you know.
Coach and I were talking before the game, and he said that you guys have become a lot better at sharing the ball. How easy is it when you guys have as many guys who can shoot well from behind the arc, but also who can finish down low?
It's just very easy, you know, just get it to the open guy, and, you know, they'll hit it. I have confidence in my teammates, and, you know, that's what's good about us, because we all have confidence.
Speaking of confidence, is that a little bit infectious, especially in the second half? Guys were making maybe not just the extra pass, but 2 or 3 more, and you guys were getting some really nice finishes.
Yeah, that definitely helped, definitely.
Finally, when you're playing a game like this and you're up 20 points at halftime, it's 25-30 early in the second half, how do you kind of keep the focus knowing that when you get a little deeper in the playoffs, you might have that first or second tight game and it could come down to the wire?
We just keep pushing, keep playing through it, you know, never give up on each other, and we'll end up winning, because that's what it takes.
Thanks so much for your time. Good luck going forward. We'll bring in Coach. Just one of the very many talented players you have on this team, and you're able to run 2 different lines. What's the focus behind that, and maybe has that helped breed some of the chemistry that we saw on the floor today?
Yes, it has. All the guys just play together as good as they can, and then the game will come to them. Our model is let the game come to you, and then you'll succeed when you let that happen.
We talked about it off air. Your team maybe didn't play as well defensively as you would have liked in the second half. How do you get them ready for maybe a close game if they haven't played one all summer and everything has been maybe a 20, 25-point game?
Just focus on the game, keep their heads in the game. If everybody's involved, even when you're on the bench, waiting your turn to come in the game and produce what you can, we'll be fine.
Finally, your son Jaden has very good range. Is there a point where you don't want him taking shots? Because he was behind the line 3 or 4 feet a couple times.
To be honest, I let him shoot it. He practices, he puts the work in, so if he's open, I let him shoot it.
Coach, congrats on the win. They were a lot of fun to watch. Good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Guys.
Seth, thanks very much. And nice to have a dad and a coach who lets you shoot whenever you want. But clearly you can see that Jaden can shoot the basketball just like his dad back in the day. So a lot of fun watching him out on the floor and a lot of fun watching the Score4More team. Let's take a look at the final stats here from the Condon before we sign off.
You see Harbor Point, second half, mainly for Williams, they ended up with 16 points. You have Howard with 12. Howard, 4 rebounds. Garcia with 4 rebounds. Also, Searcy, 2 assists, and Brown with 1. Not a whole lot in the rebound and assist for Harbor Point because they just sort of got steamrolled in that first half.
Let's take a look at Score4More's halftime, our final stats.
A little more balanced. You got Mills, our outstanding player, with 16 points. You had Jalen, those 15, all on 3-pointers, 5 3-pointers. 3 in the first half, 2 in the second half for his 15. 7 rebounds for Miller. Mills had 5 rebounds, and then 10 assists between Connors and Mills. 30 assists total in a 32-minute game.
That's an assist a minute.
Exactly. Yeah, it shows you how well Score4More does move the ball, and that's why you can see in the interview with Roger Roberts, the head coach, pretty confident because he knows his team is going to be consistent.
That's right. We saw that here this evening. Well, Score4More could be one of those teams that we see at the BNBL Championships. Those are just over a week and a half away. They're going to be on Monday, August 19th and Tuesday, August 20th over at UMass Boston. We will be there providing you coverage live over at the BNBL Championship. But for right now, we're going to say so long here from the Condon Community Center. If you want to watch this game again, you can go to our website, www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. All the games from this BNBL regular season are up there. You can also follow us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/game of the week Boston. A lot of good stuff up on there, including some videos and pictures and updates on what games we're going to be covering. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. We'll see you next time over at UMass Boston at the Clark Center for the BNBL Championships. But right now, we'll say so long. We'll see you next time here on Game of the Week. Take care, everybody.